Hello Forester family. Today I wanted to do a review on the Wheels and Feels bed platform drawer system that I purchased for my 24 Forester Wilderness last fall or towards the early start of the winter. I have used it now for about 5 months. It's seen its share of use and abuse for storage, for throwing gear on top of, dogs, camping gear, bicycles, you name it. First, I'd like to talk about the company. Wheels and Feels is a small privately owned business out of Texas, and you can find them on their website. You could find them on social media on Instagram at Wheels and Feels. You could find them on Facebook in our group, in the Wilderness Forester group, among other brands, including I'm assuming Toyota and Jeep forms as well. And they make all sorts of bed platforms and storage platforms for a variety of vehicles. Obviously, I got the one for the Forester. The communication, if you talk to any of them through social media, you'll speak with a woman named Victoria, who is very polite. She helped me with a bunch of my questions because I wanted to know a lot of stuff before I invested this amount of money into this type of product. So thank you, Victoria, for communicating quickly with me. So we can go over the price. There are two different major, I guess, models or editions of this. You can either get it in carpeted or just with varnish. The carpet edition will be $100 more. At the time of this video, the varnished version, which is waterproof, is $825, and the carpeted version is $925. They make a bunch of different add-ons that you can get for it as well, including drawer dividers, which I have and I will show you, the hinged sleeping platforms, which are in the back, a table set, which I also ordered. But the other stuff that they make are cargo nets. There's a locking kit for the drawers. There's a camping faucet, a folding sink, USB lights, and also like a fridge mount for the drawer. So you could mount your fridge to a hard mount so it's not sliding around in the back. The drawers are $28. The sleeping platforms are $100. Table set is $35. When I added everything together, it was, I think, about $1,150, and I was lucky enough to get a Black Friday deal. So I think out the door I paid somewhere around like $900. Prices will obviously vary time of year and different add-ons that you get for your system. The varnish is what you'll see on the bed platforms in the back, and then the drawer system I got is all black carpeted. I like the fact that this kind of blends more in with the interior of the car. All right, so next, the quality. I was pretty impressed with the quality of everything. Everything came packaged very, very neatly in 2 boxes, one with the main drawer system and then one with like the accessories that I added on. Lots of foam, lots of wrapping. Pain in the butt to take off, but it definitely preserved everything during the shipping process. And I'm in Connecticut, so it's a pretty far shipment. On top of it, it's heavy. So everything arrived neatly packaged, not damaged at all from the shipping. Because of the style of how this system is created using a wood router and like a CNC machine, I did notice that there were a couple rougher edges from the bit that they were using, whether it was just kind of worn out or just because of how tight the tolerances were, but nothing that can't be like very lightly hit with sandpaper. Nothing really notable. One of these side panels, I did end up trimming about 1/8 of an inch off, which I'll show you when we go over it. So I had to take off maybe like 1/8 of an inch just so it fit a little bit better. It still fit before, but it was a little too tight for my likings, and it was the side that was touching the subwoofer. The fitment will fit whether you have the subwoofer speaker set up or not. This specific platform will fit 2019 to 2024 5th gen Foresters, all models. It'll also fit the 25 plus, which is like the 6th gen, the new ones. And it will even fit the new ones with the hybrid or wilderness trim, if not the combination. So just make sure you pick the right thing on their website of which model you have. They do make them for older models and the previous generation of Foresters as well, but this is specifically for the 5th gen review. There were 2 other things. The 2 bolts that they sent that mounted into the sides and the back where the stock Subaru mounts were like 1/4 inch too short. So I went to my local hardware store, I brought their bolts, and then just bought ones that were 1/4 inch longer. And instead of using an Allen key, I went to a traditional 6-point bolt. That's it when it comes to the quality and the install stuff. Like I said, everything went really smoothly. So for the features, there is side storage on the side. These little panels over here lift up. This is the part that I trimmed. And you have pockets on each side that you could place things. I put my hammock on this side, and on my other side I have a little first aid kit. The drawer system itself is 28 inches by 38 inches, so it's a pretty good sized drawer, and it's 4 inches deep. Now you can put stuff about 5 inches in height. Just know if you put stuff that's higher than that, you won't be able to put the tabletop accessory down because it won't fit flush. Things to improve. I personally would like a taller drawer. So if this was like a 6-inch deep drawer, I would like that more for more storage and larger items. I understand that it's a compromise of headspace when it comes to the back, whether you're sleeping in it or just for more storage space. I do think that adding an option to carpet the bed platforms would be nice as well. Sleeping pads or mattresses or blankets might be a little too slippery on the back. And I would also like to have a piece of carpet over the hinges just in case, that security for me of not popping my sleeping pads. The other thing that I would like to improve or see improve for future ones is having a secondary lock. So on the drawer system, there is a button that you pull down. It pulls out and it locks it so it can't go anywhere. Because there's only one on one side, it kind of rocks a little bit back and forth. It's a little loose. Nothing serious that's going to cause damage wise. I personally would just like the extra stability of having a secondary lock. I did message Victoria and ask her about the slides. She sent me a link so I could order a second one of these myself. And I'll put it on this side just for my well-being or my peace of mind. But overall, I'm really happy with it. I have put in all sorts of stuff in there. It's gotten use and abuse. For the price, I think it's really well priced for the quality that you get. Do other companies make platforms for other vehicles like ARB and stuff that might be a little bit higher in the quality end? Yes, but they're also 3 times the price. We are Subaru people. We're not spending $6,000 on a platform for the back of our vehicles at, around $1,000. This is a great buy for what it is and what we're going to use it for. All right, so to operate, like I said, you have this one lock here. There's cutouts for your hands to be able to pull the drawer back. Once fully extended, it locks out. You can see everything that I have stored in here right now. I currently have this drawer open because the item that I put in there, which is a jump pack, is a little bit taller than what the tables allow for. So I wanted that out so I could show you how the tables work. This is the Tic Tac divider. There's different slots so you can change it for different sizes. I have my towing supplies, some tools, some air stuff and tire repair stuff, a couple tarps, cooking stove, just some random odds and ends in here. I have used the tools and the towing stuff pretty often. It's nice to have access to these right here. I opted for putting hinges that they include for the top piece. You can leave it loose and that will allow you to slide it out on this drawer to use as a tabletop. But if you do that, you lose the cargo space while this is slidden out. Slidden, if this is slid out. The hinges are nice because it allows you to lift it up. You still have storage underneath, including the full-size spare tire, like I said, and those are the tabletops. I like this because if you have this set up for your bed platform and you have your bedding all made, or you have stuff on top of this, you can slide out the drawers and still use them. As opposed to if this slides back and forth, you're not really able to use this as much as a table set. Now, I will show you before, or maybe you saw in the video, I can stand directly underneath my hatch. And I'm 5'10", and I can stand completely underneath it without touching my head, which is nice. Allows you to cook, utilize everything here, and stay dry, right? I also upgraded the light here to a brighter LED set from CAtuned, which is nice at nighttime if you're doing stuff on the table. Very helpful and highly recommend that. Very easy install. As you can see in my car, I have the bed platforms down so you can see how those work. These have kind of like cutouts and notches, and they just slide in and lock to the platform, and then the front sections are on hinges. What's cool about the hinge parts are you can put these up, which allow you to use the driver's seat and the passenger seat and put them all the way back so you can drive around. And then when you're ready, all you do is flip these forward and you're good to go for your sleeping platform. It fills in the sides here nicely into the door cutout so you don't have stuff falling below. And there are little spacers, you can kind of see where the two holes are, that go underneath that hold it off the back of the seats so that way it's level. You have a huge open sleeping area to put down a full-size sleeping mattress or a single side if you want to do like a single 20 or 24 inch mattress on one side and keep your other stuff for storage if you're solo camping. In here, let's see if I can do this one-handed, I store the tables. The way these work is there's little cutouts in the main drawer system itself. These fit into. Let's see. Put this down. Just like that. Now I have a usable table. This is great. I've used this at disc golf events for just putting food or cutting things up. You can put your stove on this. You could write on it. And like I said, it still allows you to keep this here for your storage and everything else that's on top of it. I did opt for the sink cutout, which is kind of cool. These two holes are easy to lift it up. If the the tic-tac-toe dividers are not in, there's actually, I don't know if you can see it, a hole in here and a little piece that pops out. So when you put the sink in, there's the drain hole there, and then there's cutouts here and here for the little faucet that they have. So you could run the line down into your water tank on the ground and you have a little washing sink. With these table sets down, you can still close the drawer, which is nice, and it still fits. I personally just leave those off the drawer system while I'm driving, just because if I need to access something quickly, I don't have to worry about lifting those up every time. Another plus of this, which you might have, I guess you can't see it because it's out of frame, is the stock Subaru Wilderness trunk liner mat fits right on top of this perfectly, so you can still have some protection in case you throw stuff back there that's wet, like ski gear, sledding stuff, winter stuff, or a gas tank for your mower or something. You don't have to worry about it spilling and getting on that carpet. There is still plenty of headroom. You still have access to all your quick releases for the seats, and the subwoofer doesn't have any issues with it. I blast my music. I haven't noticed any rattles with it, which is fantastic. While driving, I have noticed a little to no noise from this. It doesn't creak, but depending on what you have in the drawer system itself, you will hear it when you're going over like speed bumps or like really quick rigid bumps in the road. So like I'll hear the towing hitch or like the pins bounce up and down a little bit, but it's pretty quiet. If you wanted to get rid of that sound, all you have to do is put some foam matting down, maybe stuff for like a toolbox you could find on Amazon or your local hardware store, or like cabinets in your kitchen. You could just put a little bit of foam liner underneath it, and that will help deaden a lot of that sound and prevent the rattles. Like I said, I am extremely happy with the product. It's worked out fantastic. The price is right on point for what it should be, and the company's been pretty responsive and very helpful if I have any questions or want to modify it or have any insight. So thank you, Wheels and Feels, for that stuff. Hopefully this information helps you guys decide whether or not you want to put the system in your car. Just so you know, they didn't send this to me for free. I didn't get any crazy discounts, or I didn't get any discount from them for doing this video. This is 100% honest review, just how it's worked out for me. That's it. If you like my video, please subscribe, like, comment. I'm going to try to do more reviews of more items for these vehicles. I've done one for the CAtuned light here. I have a set of rock sliders that I'll be doing shortly from CAtuned. Their bracket as well, including the ARB compressor setup that's underneath the hood. It's nice to see a lot of these companies now are thinking of Subaru and putting Subaru in, or keeping Subaru in mind when it comes to making this stuff, and it's not just Toyotas and Jeeps, because let's face it, would it be nice to have a 4Runner fully decked out? Absolutely, but this gets, twice the gas mileage and is much more family friendly to use for a weekend camper or a weekend off-roader than a fully decked out 4Runner. That's it, guys. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.